A major attraction here in Lincoln, Rhode Island is the Great Road Historic Campus, and the centerpiece of that is Hearthside House. So we're going to go ahead inside and we're going to learn a little bit more about what this area means to our American history. So come on, let's go see what we can find out. We are here with Kathy Hartley, who is the president and founder of Friends of Hearthside. This is a really beautiful and exciting place to come and visit. Can you tell us a little bit more about this building and how it came about?
Sure. Well, first of all, I would say that it causes everybody to pause when they drive up Great Road, because it is kind of the centerpiece of Great Road. It is so majestic. It's all made of stone, and people look at it and say, "Oh, I wonder what it's like inside." And they walk through the door and immediately get a sense of love when they come in here. And I think it's because it goes back to the beginnings of how it was built back in 1810, that Stephen Hopkins Smith fell in love with a young lady, and he poured all of his love into building this house because he wanted to marry her. Wow. And I think some of that spirit remains behind.
This is quite a grand house, you know, especially for that time. Yeah, can you talk a little bit more about the design of it?
Well, we don't know who designed it, but we do know that Stephen was a man of great taste, and he copied the OG curved roof line from the Joseph Brown House on South Main Street in Providence. The full-height portico out front is like Mount Vernon. So in the stonework, I think he just wanted something very solid that would be everlasting, and it certainly has over 200 years.
So when someone is visiting Blackstone Valley, what can they expect when they come inside and see this
I think what
spot?
they will expect is a feeling immediately of a nostalgia, and they walk around the home and there's always some little detail that will spark something in them that reminds them of their grandparents, going to see their grandparents or something. And then our exhibits and our programs relate a lot to everyday life. So everybody knows what weddings are like. And we do 150 years of wedding traditions. We do mourning traditions as well. So marriage and death, people know about that, but they're interested in the history of it. So there are so many aspects that just appeal to everybody and not just of a particular interest. But then again, we have many exhibits and programs that do appeal to a certain interest, like a Revolutionary War reenactment that will appeal to certain people. And I think that as it's more than a house museum, because we do try to take people back in time. We dress in period. We're not stuck in one period, so we will cover the eras of this house from 1810 all the way into the Roaring 20s. And so it's a lot of fun, because when people come, it's always different. You know, even if they've been here before, they come back and they see something new, they learn something new.
And this house is part of the Great Road Historic Campus, right along Great Road. Can you talk a little bit more about the importance of Great Road and other things you can find in the area?
Great Road dates back to 1683. It's one of the oldest roadways in the country. It was a colonial highway that ran from the Port of Providence all the way to Mendon, Massachusetts, and it was a major trade route. We are very fortunate here in Lincoln because we have so many authentic buildings still standing in this district. And for the Friends of Hearthside, as a volunteer organization, we are taking care of the town-owned properties on Great Road, which include the buildings at Chase Farm Park, which is the Moffett Mill, the Hanaway Blacksmith Shop, and the Poolin's Corner Schoolhouse. Plus, we use 85 acres at Chase Farm Park as a backdrop for reenactments.
Yeah, this is a gorgeous place to come and see. The buildings are just astounding. Like getting to go into the blacksmith shop when it's operating, it just really takes you back to that time. And I love what you're doing.
And the blacksmith shop is open year-round, and it's open every Sunday morning. And we give classes. So you can stop in and watch a class, which is only 2 people, limited to 2. And that's a demonstration that you're seeing at the same time. And there's no fee to go in to see.
That's great. Yeah, so they're still trying to keep that tradition alive.
And Hearthside is open from March to December, just with a calendar of our special tours and programs and exhibits, as well as the schoolhouse and the Moffett Mill. We have a shuttle van that will bring you around the campus to make it easy to visit the places.
So some of the events that you've done, you have one that's focused on the World's Fair. Can you talk about why you chose the World's Fair?
The 1904 St. Louis World's Fair was probably the largest and grandest fair of all time. And the Rhode Island building was modeled after Hearthside.
Right here, yeah.
Yeah. So we have that direct connection, and we like to do programs that do bring the history to life of this particular building or this roadway. And that was the one building that didn't get torn down, and a family grew up there and ended up donating to us many of the artifacts from the World's Fair in their own collection. So suddenly we had inherited this large collection, and we knew that we needed to do something. But what do you do in the middle of July when it's 100 degrees in the house? So we did an outdoor event of creating kind of the pike at the fair with all the attractions and the food and the different cultures. But while people are here, they want to come in the house. So inside the house, we had all the exhibits of the World's Fair.
Yeah.
So all of the rooms, 10 rooms in the house, had exhibits as well. And guess what? People came in. And we went from having 4 visitors one July to 1,400 the second July.
Wow.
So,
Yeah.
because people were interested in food and being outside, and a really, really good family event.
Excellent. Well, Hearthside House is definitely a gem of Blackstone Valley. I really kind of want to check out some of the other rooms, so maybe we can just take a quick walk around just to see what else we can find here, because it's gorgeous. There's so many artifacts, so many interesting pieces. You definitely need to come and visit Hearthside House when you're in Blackstone Valley.
Especially at Christmas.
Oh, yes.
Christmas is fabulous.
Yeah. So if
you
you're,
won't see a finer decorated house.
Yeah. So come and see Hearthside House when you're visiting Blackstone Valley. But yeah, let's go take a quick walk.